Hi, today continue the project, my English project. Okay, today listening
The Project Gutenberg.
the listening 5 minutes. List in Alice Adventure in the Wonderland. One moment. Yeah, okay,
Alice was
ready.
not a bit hurt, and she jumped up in a moment. She looked up, but it was all dark overhead. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still in sight, hurrying down it. There was not a moment to be lost. Away went Alice like the wind, and was just in time to hear it say, as it turned a corner, "Oh, my ears and whiskers. How late it's getting." She was close behind it when she turned the corner, but the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in a long, low hall, which was lit up by a row of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all round the hall, but they were all locked, and when Alice had been all the way down one side and up the other, trying every door, she walked sadly down the middle, PG6,
Sadly, sadly down, sadly down.
she walked sadly down the middle, PG6, wondering how she was ever to get out again. Suddenly she came upon a little table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it but a tiny golden key, and Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one of the doors of the hall, but, alas,
Mm, belong, belong, my belong.
there was nothing on it but a tiny golden key, and Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one of the doors of the hall, but, alas, either the locks were too large, or the key was too small, but, at any rate, it would not open any of them. However, on the second time round, she came upon a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches high. She tried the little golden key in the lock, and to her great delight, it fitted.
Inch, inches. Okay, inches high. Delight. Interesting.
She tried. Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage, not much larger than a rat hole. She knelt down and looked along the passage into the loveliest garden you ever saw. How she longed to get out of that dark hall and wander about among those beds of bright flowers and those cool fountains. But she could not even get her head through the doorway. "Oh," said Alice, "how I wish I could shut up like a telescope. I think I could, if I only knew how to begin." Alice went back to the table, half hoping she might find another key on it, or at any rate, a book of rules for shutting people up like telescopes. This time she, PG7, found a little bottle on it, which certainly was not here before, said Alice, and tied round the neck of the bottle was a paper label, with the words, "Drink me," beautifully printed on it in large letters. "No, I'll look first," she said, "and see whether it's marked poison or not," for she had never forgotten that. If you drink from a bottle marked poison, it is almost certain to disagree with you, sooner or later. However, this bottle was not marked poison, so Alice ventured to taste it, and, finding it very nice, it had a sort of mixed flavor of cherry tart, custard, pineapple, roast turkey, toffee and hot buttered toast. She very soon finished it off. "What a curious feeling," said Alice. "I must be shutting up like a telescope." And so it was indeed. She was now only 10 inches high, and her face brightened up at the thought that she was now the right size for going through the little door into that lovely garden. After a while, finding that nothing more happened, she decided on going into the garden at once, but, alas for poor Alice. When she got to the door, she found she had forgotten the little golden key, and when she went back to the table for it, she found she could not possibly reach it. She could see it quite plainly through the glass, and she tried her best to climb up one of the legs of the table. But it was too slippery, and when she had tired herself out with trying, the poor little thing sat down and cried. "Come, there's no use in crying like that," said Alice to herself rather sharply. "I advise you to pg leave off this minute." She generally gave herself very good advice, though she very seldom followed it, and sometimes she scolded herself so severely as to bring tears into her eyes. Soon her eye fell on a little glass box that was lying under the table. She opened it and found in it a very small cake, on which the words, "Eat me," were beautifully marked in currants. "Well, I'll eat it," said Alice, "and if it makes me grow larger, I can reach the key, and if it makes me grow smaller, I can creep under the door. So either way I'll get into the garden, so either..."
Okay, the interesting part later is is this. That is my turn to reading. One moment. Grow. Okay, yeah, the next. Alice was not Alice was not a bit hurt, and she jumped up in a moment. She looked up, but it was all dark overhead. Before her was another long passage, and the white rabbit was still inside, hurrying down it. There was not a moment to be lost. And why when Alice liked the winter and was just in time to her eyesight. As I turned a corner, oh my hairs and whiskers, how late it's getting. She was close behind I when she turned the corner, but the rabbit was no longer to be seen. She found herself in a long, low hall, which was lit up with a round of lamps hanging from the roof. There were doors all round the hall, but there were all locked, and when Alice had been all day way down on C and up the order trying every door. She walked sadly down the middle, wondering who she was ever to get out again. Suddenly she came upon a little table, all made of solid glass. There was nothing on it but a tiny golden kiss, and Alice's first idea was that this might belong to one of the door of the hall. But alas, either the locks were too late larger or the key was too small, but at any rate I would not open any of them. However, on the second time round, she can open a low curtain she had not noticed before, and behind it was a little door about 15 inches height. She directed the lighter golden key and the look, and to her great relief, the light, the light, the light, the light, I fixed it. Alice opened the door and found that it led into a small passage not found larger than a rat hole. She Nelk? Kinelk? Kinelk? No, don't pronounce. No, I don't know. Don't look at allow the passengers into the loveliest garden you ever saw. How she longed to get out of the dark hall and war there above among those beds of bright flowers and those cold fountains, but she could not even get her head through the doorway. Oh, said Alice, how I wish I could chuck up like a telescope. I think I could if I only knew he knew how to begin. Alice went back to the table, half hoping she might find another key on it, or at any rate, a book of rules for shooting people up, like telescope. This time she found a little bottle on it, which certainly was not here before, said Alice, and they round the neck of the bottle was a paper label with the words "Bring me" beautifully printed on it larger letters. Okay, the finish. The second is the frequent questions. Okay. Okay. The next frequent question is are you a student or at work? Okay. In my case, are you student and work? In my case, I am studying English with Jose Balta and work in timing, timing. Ah, yeah, kata. Sport timing. Sport timing. I work in sport timing for running events, open water swimming, and cycle. And and no, I am also a software programmer. Okay, I have a work. I work a full time. I work as a programmer. I work in sports time, and I am a programmer. It's interesting. It's my life. ChatGPT use my information for this sentence. Okay. If you are a student, a student at school, and a school student, interesting, and a student and work, a student and work at same time. Oh, okay, it's interesting. Police and natural. I work. What about you? What about you? I am currently working. Interesting. Currently. Currently. Okay. Currently. Yeah. The next question is: do you speak English? I don't speak English. Okay, the next question impossible is yes I do. A little is interesting. Yes, I little. It's my case. Yes, I speak a little English. Interesting. A little, but I am learning. Oh, interesting. Yes, but I am still in learning. I am still learning. Interesting. I can speak some English. I speak some English. It's interesting. Some a little. Oh, interesting. Confidence. I am speak. Yes, I speak English. Quick will. Quick will. Interesting. Interesting. Just written my possible answer the question. no, 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 no. Wait up. Oh, okay. Okay, it's an interesting question. Hmm. Why are you learning English? Because it's important for school, for work. I am learning English for my job. I learning English for my school because I'm learning language. I like because I like learning language. It's interesting. More complex. I am learning English to get better job opportunity. It's my case. I am learning English because it helps me communicate with person from other countries. My case is equal. A person practice. I need English for my work as a programmer. Is equal. I'm learning English to travel and communicate. Yes. The next The next question is what are your hobbies? It's very simple. I like reading, I like sport, I like music. Simple. My hobbies are reading and listening to music. It's interesting. I like running and cycle. In my case is running and swimming. And enjoys programming. Okay, more complete. My hobbies include running, cycle, and programming. Okay, I like doing sport and learning new things. Okay, it's interesting. Sure and natural. I enjoy sport and technology. I like outdoor activities and coding. Outdoor, interesting. Others, if for other for me is uh, my hobby are no are practicing to surfing is I like I like doing surfing for me in my case. The next question is what are you like in your free time? Okay. Yeah, are possible answer we are like in free time. Okay, very simple. I like to relax. I like to listen to music. I like to watch TV. I like to exercise. I like to read and student. I like to spend time with my family. More complete and in my free time, I like to run, cycle, and work on programming projects. I like to learn new things and stay activate, activate. Sure and natural. I enjoy sport and learning in my free time. I like vegan activity and cooking. Okay, in my case, in my free time, I like to swimming, surfing, uh, also running and learn English and programming. Okay, this answer I need your description. Okay, explain in English description. Okay, wind is moving air. Explain outside. Explain outside. Oh, interesting. Wind, moving air. Oh, interesting. Corner is the place where two lanes, wall, and street meet. Okay. Low half is a half and room One moment. Corner image. Okay, is now. Corner. Corner is a place two lines wall are split meet. Corner image. Imagine. Okay. Okay, different definition. Low half is half or room with long ceiling and little height. Okay, sadly down mean feeling unhappy, looking downward because of sadness. I don't know. Below means to be owned by someone or the big part and group on place. Belong. Belong is interesting. Belong. Image. Propio. Belong. Belong. Okay. My belong means it's possible that something belong to someone. Okay. Its height means it's very small in height, measured in inch. I don't know. Delight means great happiness and pleasure. Okay. Grow means belong, be hard, a year or older. Interesting. Okay. Currently happening now or present time. Yeah, currently. Okay, present time. Okay. It's okay.